Hey everybody, welcome to my channel and this week's video. With so much happening in the world, I thought it was only fitting to do a Coffee with Chaz video this week so we could sit down, grab a beverage, and talk about all that's going on in the world right now. If you're watching this the day that this video comes out, it is officially Friday the 13th, so happy Friday the 13th to you. Do you have any superstitions about it? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, let's start off with the coronavirus, COVID-19. It is hard to go far and not have somebody or some news station or some other media outlet talking about it. I know that here in Houston, I think as of what I just saw recently on the TV, it was 12 confirmed cases, and that's probably going to go up by the time that you watch this video. And in New York, it was like 76 cases, which is my other home and where I'm supposed to be going fairly soon. We'll talk about that a little later in this video. And obviously, not only is the virus having devastating effects on humanity across the world, it's having devastating effects on the economy as well. The stock market is just tanking. I am heavily invested in the stock market because I had made some money early on in my life. I thought, I'm gonna put my 401k and all that in a Roth IRA, and then I'm also gonna invest in some stocks. And on weeks like what we've been having last week and this week, I don't know if I can handle it. I've lost so much money, and yes, in my lifetime, that money can very much come right back, but it's devastating to watch that. And I don't want it to feel like I'm negating the people around the world dying. That's devastating to watch as well. And I know that a lot of people obviously are freaking out about that. Just turn on the news and you can see what's happening in your personal community, which, speaking of that, let me know what's happening for you in your neck of the woods. Are there any confirmed cases around you? Are you pretty much in the clear? What are your feelings on this? Are you scared? Are you not scared? Personally, I can tell you that while I love to talk about the devastating effects of climate change, and I use the word love to talk about in the sense that I talk about it because we need to fix the solution, and it makes me sound like an alarmist, but in reality, in my everyday life, especially with something like a pandemic, I'm pretty even-headed and calm about it. My head doesn't instantly go, oh, I'm gonna get it, or oh, I already have it. My head is very logical, and it's like, well, the chances are this. With that being said, I am supposed to go to New York in April, the end of April, to go back home for a little bit and to vote in the primaries and to go have some doctor's appointments, which both of those things don't sound very appealing right now. Doctor's appointments, obviously, I don't want to be going into doctors if there's a person that has it, they don't realize they have it, or they think they're going there for the flu. But it could be perfectly fine, and I could be blowing it up in that case. I won't know until we get closer to April and I see what happens in the city. Also, as far as voting goes, with the primary wrapping up fairly quickly, unless Bernie throws a Hail Mary, there may be no reason to go vote in the primary in April for me because there's no special election or anything, so my vote in that situation won't really be missed. And I'm very cautious while I'm telling you that, because I always tell people you should still vote. There's so many times last election when it was against Hillary and Donald, and people were like, no, I don't want to go vote because I don't like either of those people. And I was like, no, there's so many other people underneath the president that you should definitely go and vote for at least those people, because they make a significant difference in your community and in your life where you live presently versus the president's more on a federal level. There's typically lots of local elections that are happening on your ballots as well. So I'm kind of playing that by ear, and obviously if you are aware of my channel and you've been following it for just a little bit even, you know that I help care for my grandmother and her rental property. So I would really hate to, at some point in time, catch it or pick up the virus along the way of my New York trip and bring it back to her. And if I self-quarantined for 14 days after I got back, we'd really be missing out on a lot of work. I have so much to do, like cleaning the garage, as you have seen. I have other house projects that I have to work on, and you know what, we'll see what's gonna happen. If you're keeping track right now, I wanna know what you feel about Friday the 13th. I wanna know what you feel about the coronavirus. I wanna know what you feel about the primary that is happening here in America. Even if you don't live in America, just be like, I think it's rigged. I think it's great. Whatever you want, just let me know. I don't judge. If you want to know personally about my life, I know in the comments in YouTube, I get a lot of who's Tarl and Devin. So I've set up some playlists for you to check some videos out that I've done with each one of them. Both of them are my best friends. Tarl, amazing, interesting story there, is actually my ex. We broke up, I want to say it's been about 3 or 4 years now. And we've stayed friends, we've stayed living together throughout it all. And for us, it's been really easy, but every time we've told people that, they've always had lots of questions and kind of given us weird looks. So if you have questions and you want us to do a video about it, let me know. Shoot those in the comments below, and I'll ask Tarl if he wants to sit down and talk about it. The same with Devin. If you have watched the Trario videos, that's Travis Bryant and Mario, they have quite a love story going on between a straight guy and a gay guy, and now they've turned it into a love triangle where there's a girl involved, and this has all been happening over a course of months, and I think gay YouTube is about to lose their mind with it. So I look at that and I thought, wow, if they have so much interest in their relationship, I'm sure people would have a lot of interest in the relationship that Devin and I have. So if you have questions for that, put them down below and I'll ask him if he wants to do a video as well. I hope you have a wonderful day, and most importantly, you do you. Hit that subscribe button, I'll do me, and let's make the world a better place. Bye everybody.